Yep.
All right, we're going to start game 1 of the grand finals in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, go.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Poggers. Where's my life split? There it is.
We got us a couple seconds.
Yeah, I know. Looks like Nade even is a little bit ahead.
All right, both these runners approaching the Klungo cutscene skip, which they'll use to skip the Klungo cutscene.
Oh,
Nade
I didn't know
lands
what I
it.
expected.
Go lands it. Both of them are off and running. To the shoes.
Now they have stump jump, which is an even harder trick. Okay.
It's the Mohill jump. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There we go.
My forced meme has to live on.
Now we're synced.
Can we reveal the card yet?
Oh, yeah, show the board, yeah. Kek W. I did like I was worried about syncing the runners. Okay, there we go.
Terry's kids in the middle.
Terry's kids in the middle. Shout outs to Bex. Okay.
Wait.
Terry's kids in the middle. We've got a corner goal sniped, which means the diagonal has now been taken out of this. So the runners are only left with 9 choices of rows.
I've been actually looking at the card while waiting for the bingo race to start.
Oh, nice.
And not a whole lot of it stands out to me. There's a lot of goals that I kind of like the look of, but some of them I kind of don't. Like, I mean, it's got a lot of really awkward goals. You know, you got a lot of goals or a lot of jiggies in JRL on one side of the board. You have Cheeto Pages and CCL on the other side of the board. You have Kickball in there. Like, a lot of them just don't kind of seem to, like, go together.
Well, I will say, sorry, I will say that Ring Rush has pointed out that this card has Jelly Castle on it, and we know how overpowered Jelly Castle has been, and it's even in a row with all notes. So, in my opinion, row 5 is the must take card on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think row 5 is the only thing I would do on this
You
card.
do spend a lot of time with the Kickball jiggies.
Yeah, but then you look at 5 jiggies in GGM, that's super fast. Freeing Gobi, that's also pretty fast. I think row 5 for sure is the winner chicken dinner. But we will see. We've seen other runners go away from long globals before. We've seen Nade even pick rows that didn't have all 4 solo Kazooie moves when it was on the card. So now this is average start here for both runners. Obviously Nade behind because he had to watch a Klungo text. Go opting to skip the Red House Treble. He just has done that always this tournament. Whereas Nade has always grabbed it just in case. And we'll have to see what these guys end up picking.
BLTR also looks pretty good. You got the Terry's kids and the 3 jiggies. The next level synergy.
Right now, Go-Go's got his classic, all the reds out right now.
Yeah. It's not super bad either because you have to go get all notes in GI, so you can easily pick up 3 jiggies somewhere in GI on your way to get all the notes.
They're probably gonna DCW the Toxic Waste, so.
MT and GGM is... I don't even know if I'd DCW to Toxic Waste with that one.
Because you're already
Well,
getting Taxi Pack.
I guess you'd have to if you need the notes.
You're already getting Taxi Pack, right? So
yeah, for Terry.
you might as well just pick up Pack Whack. All right, Nade has chosen BLTR, so good thing we just highlighted the pros and cons of that row now. We'll see what Go-Go opts for.
A lot better than row 5.
Yeah. Both kickball jiggies is just not a good goal.
I mean, I like
I mean,
BLTR too because you have to get the van. Hey, Lynan, thanks for the good luck. Lynan. Appreciate ya. You could do the Inferno Jiggy as the van, but I don't think they're gonna get 3 in Witchy World. I think you do MT. I think you do MT, GGM, GI, like GDO said. I think going all the way back to Inferno to open it and then taking Banjo in there, most likely, is probably not worth it. I mean, you are right there for the cactus. And then you'd have to go back there again as BK for Dive of Death. I mean, maybe there is a route that does it. I just don't know if it's the fastest route.
Yeah.
I feel like I would rather do 3 in GI.
The fact that I have to do it in 5 levels, like, I would probably just do Witchy World just to skip as many levels as possible. Like, you could skip HFP in that row.
Oh, it's
Even though
I just did the fucking thing. I just did an Asmi. I'm fucking drunk.
Yeah.
I've been thinking it says 3 levels each. God bless. Yeah.
I'm hitting
See,
with
nobody can fucking read these goals. Get them out. Get them out. Yes. Xenernicus is correct then. That is the order I would do. MT, GGM, Witchy World, TDL, GI. Yes. I don't know why I thought it was 3 and 3. Literally just can't read. Yikes.
That's not a goal.
I suck.
Get out of here.
I fucking suck. Go-Go's almost done with this puzzle and he still hasn't picked his row. Yikers.
He's a small doge.
He is the small, sad doge.
I mean, he still has a little bit to figure it out. I mean, there aren't any, there's no, like, Globos on this card at all, so he doesn't really need to worry about going out his way in GGM for some of them. And I don't think there's any Cheeto page goals on this card either, so...
There is, column 5.
Yeah, but I meant like individual Cheeto page, like collect a number of Cheeto pages.
Okay.
So he's not gonna be like going out of his way early to like get any collectibles. So
based
he can
on
autopilot through GGM.
Based on how he is reading out the goals on his screen, I'm waiting to see.
Do that.
I think they're both doing BLTR, but I'm waiting to see. Because Go-Go also has column 3 not blacked out completely, so we'll see.
But the thing is, if you're DC,
he's getting a honeycomb, baby. He's doing BLTR, 100%.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, if you're DCWing, you wouldn't, or you would, can't even get it off my tongue. If you're DCWing, you can always go back to,
Why did that not...
GGM.
Okay, hold on.
Right, so.
Okay, Aaron.
So we got a nice mirror match happening then. Both runners doing BLTR. So what's the hardest thing they're gonna have to route? I honestly
Why is
think
this
it's
not
just
showing, Cole?
Uh-oh.
Right after I thank Cole and his site doesn't even work. Keck W.
Wow. Spoke too soon.
Okay, horizontal goals literally aren't showing. Not sure what to do here. I guess I could do this.
I don't know if you can pop them out horizontally.
I don't think he can pop him out horizontally.
Oh.
Cool. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, for some reason it's just entirely blank. Maybe when Cole updated the site, he forgot to update the bingo thing.
So I stay on the first screen for the whole match.
So anyway, back to the race. Yeah, I didn't see if Go-Go had any panicky movement there. Was it falling from the waterfall? Just kind of barely like bouncing off.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely fallen there during a race a couple times, and it's not a good feeling at all.
It is pretty scary. I usually try and take it like super duper safe. But the way I usually do the fall is I wait until I'm falling straight down and then I hold back. So if I do fall, I always fall inward towards the little pool instead of outwards.
Nah, if I'm doing 3 jiggies in GGM and I'm turning into a detonator in DCWing, I'd probably do Gen Cavern P Hut instead of Waterfall.
Yeah. Yeah, I do really like what Nade's doing.
Yeah,
God, this is a freaking
pretty good
mess.
round.
Looks like Nade isn't jumping on the lamps. He's doing the board strat.
Yeah, his
Hey, can you guys read this?
his screen was pretty
God.
dark, so
I don't think that's gonna work.
perfect.
Okay, I'm not sure what to do here. Let me get some names up on the screen, I guess.
Yeah, Go-Go's on the right, correct?
Go-Go's not on Xbox.
Go-Go's on the left.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
very clearly Xbox on the right. Yeah, so it looks like Nade decided to go get the Nade decided to get Power Hut and Generator Cavern, and then who knows if he's gonna Death Warp here.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I
he's
guess
just
not.
going straight through. He's probably coming through to get I don't even know why.
Maybe get the Treble Clef here? I don't know why he would, though. He only needs Taxi Pack, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, the loading zones are really fast for Nade, right? So he can take a little bit of extra time. Since he had to come over here,
Yeah.
he can just do this. He has 2 health, so the fall set him up perfect for this Death Warp
I
here.
don't want them to both to change.
So I think that's an Xbox kind of strat that you can do. So, yeah. I do
Oh,
kinda
Go-Go
like
is on the right.
So, Go-Go decided to get the waterfall. So both of them have their 3 jiggies in JRL.
GGM.
GGM, sorry. Nade is not
Yeah.
going to DCW. No, he's not.
I think both of these vendors are going to skip JRL, or at least I hope they would.
Yeah, Nade has very little reason to DCW. Also,
Yeah.
DCWing is less of an option on Xbox just because you can't save and quit once you've put in the codes from Jiggy Wiggy.
One of the options he does have for DCW is Toxic Waste, though, because you don't have to leave the file for it.
Yeah. But again, because they have to get Taxi Pack for their rows, it would just be beneficial to just open the door to Toxic Waste and just go in there.
Yeah. But Go-Go did set up a DCW, so I wonder if he's going to DCW to Toxic Waste.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that down there. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Well, it only sucked for this game, and then, like, in the intermission from the next game, we can figure it out.
Well,
Ooh,
the only way,
Nade takes a little bit of a spill
the
getting
only
into
way
trouble.
we're figuring out is if Cole shows up. But
Yeah, I already sent Cole a message, so...
okay, what have I missed? We both
they
know
just
they're doing the same
basically-
thing.
They basically did their GGM stuff. Nade is up a treble clef on Go-Go out of GGM. Go-Go opted for the Flooded Caves, Waterfall, and the other Waterfall. And Nade did Power Hut Basement, Generator Cavern, and the first Waterfall Jiggy that you fall down.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, Claire, if it comes to that, I will, but I'm not going to make 10 new text sources right now. I'm hoping that Cole just shows up and fixes it.
No.
Hopefully it's an easy fix.
Nade going for JSG early.
Nice.
Nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Shouts to conditioner.
So wait, so Nade has all 3 in GGM? Do they both have all 3 in GGM?
Both of them have 3 in GGM.
Okay.
Yep. And Go set up a DCW and Nade did not.
Yeah, because GoGo's gonna... Let's see. So maybe GoGo is thinking of going in for Toxic Waste just so he doesn't have to do a second trip to GI.
Yeah,
Because you
just so
can
he
get
doesn't
all
have to-
notes. You can get all notes without Clockworks.
Honestly, I think a DCW to Terry here, because I mean they need Taxi Pack to get the Terry's Kids Jiggy. So if you DCW just to get up to Terry, that skips having to go to it skips having to go to JRL, and it skips needing so many notes for leg spring, right? Or
Yeah.
not leg spring, springy step shoes.
Yeah,
Or
but
you
they're
could
gonna
do
want to
Chompa
go.
Warp.
They're gonna want to go to JRL for notes anyways. I say go in there, DCW to Toxic Waste, get those 10 notes and leave. Because otherwise you're gonna have to come back to GI. You know, ideally. I guess a DCW to Terry also makes sense, but
Yeah, I
See,
think
like,
they're
what do
both
they
good
need
options.
notes for?
They need 405 notes for Taxi
just
Pack.
Taxi Pack, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like the first 3 levels plus the notes that are in TDL and maybe Isla
Right.
Hags.
Wait, no, they need 420 for Hedge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they gotta hatch the eggs.
And they
Oh
don't
yeah,
need to
that
go
is
over
true that if they're
GG
thinking of...
either.
I forgot that they need Jiggies in GI too.
Yeah.
So yeah, then they probably do not DCW there. So maybe GoGo will DCW straight to Terry.
Probably what'll happen.
So the best 3 Jiggies are probably just the non-toxic waste ones.
Yeah, you get Trash Compactor, Tintups Weldar.
Yeah. And then you go into toxic waste to get notes, but then you just don't get the Jiggies. Or you can get the Jiggy on the other side, because you can just splash across to the other side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that's only if you DCW in there. Or, oh, no, I guess, yeah, if you want to go in there with Taxi Pack. But you have to open the door and get a battery, though. I don't think that's worth. I think
you
do...
have to go in there anyway for notes, unless
Yeah.
you know
Oh,
to
right, yeah.
collect the
That's
notes,
true.
right?
Well, then, yeah, if you're going in there for notes, you probably do just splash across for the other one.
Yeah. I mean, like, the clockwork shot is always best, but I wouldn't expect either of these to do that clockwork shot in a bingo.
Hey, Jorge, bingo cards aren't broken, but the website that generates them horizontally currently is. So,
Hopefully Cole shows up.
Yeah. Well, we got potentially 5 matches happening, so
they're doing
really
BLTR.
minimum 3.
Both of them are doing BLTR. Their goals are 4 honeycombs, all notes in GI, Terry's Kids Jiggy, all Jinjos in Witchy World, and 3 Jiggies in 5 levels each.
There's the card if you want to open it up and keep track yourself.
That was a nice beak bomb from GoGo. Beak bombing through the Trouble Clef all the way to Bovina's Honeycomb. He's now getting his flies out of the way.
Did GoGo beak bomb through a fly?
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah,
I
probably.
He only shot 3, right?
3 flies, yeah.
He's looking for the honeycomb, but it didn't drop. Oh my
Oh,
god, he
no.
was looking for the SHM strat. Where you
Hunter
grab the skill
grenades.
stop to 1.
Hunter grenades down the toilet.
Oh, it looks like Nade's having some troubles climbing the tent.
Yeah, I never jump up this tent because like the chances of you fluttering are really high, so I just walk up it.
God, it feels
Normally,
so bad.
You have to tap the A button a little faster than normal going up the slope for the tent. Alright, so how many Jinjos is Nade at?
He just got his first.
Yeah, okay, so he's got his one on top of the tent then, yeah.
Yeah, and he's learning Pack Whack right now for batteries. Or for Trash Compactor. We don't know yet. We have not seen him pick up Witchy World Jiggies.
Or both.
He probably should, but I think he's going to get Cactus when he leaves, because he has to get Cactus with Jinjo too. And it looks like he didn't want to grab the Honeycomb while he was in here. Maybe he thought there was just better ones.
Yeah, with all notes in GI, you do have to go around a lot of the levels, so...
Yeah, I mean, you could just shoot a Clockwork up the train station.
Yeah, you do have to go in there for notes anyway. And then, probably you'd skip the one on the roof. For sure.
Go-Go's doing the classic hive to split up route.
Floor 3 in a box would be good too, because the notes are like right next to it as well.
Okay, the fact that Nade is climbing up here tells me he's not doing Cactus.
Unless he's just bad at the jump.
Okay, unless he just doesn't want to do the jump, yeah.
That's why he's doing 100%.
Okay, so I'm a little worried because Go-Go did not pick up his big top Jinjo. I'm wondering when he's going to grab it.
Wow, they're almost synced.
He might when he goes to learn split up.
He already has learned split up.
He already learned split up?
Yeah, he did hive to split up. But at least he's doing the jump now for...
Okay.
He's doing the jump now. Oh, that was so
Ooh,
early.
that's pretty far back.
God,
Yeah,
that was
it's
so
not
early.
It started out looking good.
He can grab it as the van, but will he grab it as the van? Because grabbing it as the van is kind of monka. And you don't want to end as the van if you're thinking of DCWing. Because
Well,
A, you have to DCW, and B, you have to get the Dodgems, Jinjo.
It makes sense to me that he would climb up the ladder, do gondola, and then jump over to Wumbo.
Yeah. But if he does Gondola, he still has to go get Dodgems at some point.
Yeah.
Dodgem, Jinjo.
Well, I mean, you just do that on the way. Like, once you're done with the van stuff, you just warp back.
Okay, Go-Go did not get Pack Whack.
So maybe.
Nor is he doing
DCW
Gondola,
Toxic
so
Waste.
yeah, he's got a DCW to Toxic Waste.
Alright, well, there we go.
Means maybe he's not going to do GI Jiggies. But I don't know where else he would do them.
I mean, Go-Go does have the meme about him of doing jiggies in different levels.
So I'm trying to think of what 3 you could even get in one trip. You could get Attic, but Attic is probably really slow. But that's like it. You can't get Trash Compactor on your first trip if you don't have Pack Whack.
No, you can't.
No.
Anything that needs clockworks.
Could get. Oh, never mind.
Like, the only thing is Attic, so I don't think he can do GI Jiggies. I think he's going to pick something else. He could go to CCO?
Wait, if this DCW is the Toxic Waste, he could get the one right there in the box.
But is he going to do 1, 2, and then get Attic? I guess he could do that. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But that means he has to go get Talent Torpedo.
Attic is a long way out of the way, though, for the one jiggy.
Nade with
Like,
both
a
bears
long
in
way out of the
Inferno.
way.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Well, that's what I said. I said Attic is pretty slow, but...
I mean, if you're getting Attic, you may as well get the honeycomb that's in the chimney as well.
Yeah, at the smokestack.
But I mean, with 4 honeycombs, like, you can really get whatever honeycombs you want, and it would probably still be okay.
Go-Go's already up to 3. He even opted to grab... Oh, he opened up Inferno. So yeah, Go-Go's definitely doing 3 here in Witchy World, while Nade did not.
Yeah, as an Ernicus, I wouldn't be shocked if Go-Go went back and learned Pack Whack after getting the van.
Did Nade ever get Cave of Horrors? Or is he going to get that now?
Oh my god, what is Go-Go doing?
He's trying to climb the rope as the van.
Yeah,
It's a
I know,
very
it's
hard
just a meme.
Yeah, I was going to say, he could get... Oh, Nade is doing Inferno. Oh, yeah, he did do Cactus. So I don't know why I forgot that. Yeah, I didn't approve of the... God, this feels so bad. I did not approve of this because...
Nate is probably going to be getting Cave of Horrors Jinjo last, because I imagine since he's not setting up DCW or whatever, he can Death Warp on the Jinjo.
Oh God, Nate's trying not to die. Okay, he fluttered.
This works.
He's fine. He's fine.
So from here, he'll.
Oh, you think he's gonna get it after Dive of Death?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
This is the old no DCW route that he's doing right here.
This is good riding.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Do Inferno, get Dive of Death, get the notes, run to Cave of Horrors, and then Death Warp on the Jinjo. Pretty smart routing from Nade. And Nade hasn't forgotten any moves. So, I mean, Go-Go needs to do something. Unless he plans on going to GI and then leaving.
I think Go-Go might have gotten trapped a little bit with his routing because he seems really all over the place in the Switchy world.
Yeah, I think Go-Go's doing the same thing that Nate is doing here. Inferno, Dive of Death, and then Cave of Horrors. The only difference is Go-Go still has to set up his DCW.
Nice goal done. Nate has done goal number 4. Mystery goal number 4.
You can always just create 2 scenes, or 2 text things that are just like shorthand of the goals going across. Fit them onto one line. Alright, Nate on his way to cliff top. The blind bingo. I did post the card in chat, so I'll go ahead and post it again for people who got here late and didn't have the chance to see it. So if you open up the card, you can play along and highlight your own rows with BLTR. That's what both of them are doing.
Oh, Nate
Right,
didn't.
so-
Nate went down to the switch and didn't press it.
Oh yeah, he probably muscle memory down to the switch.
Yeah, probably.
Decided at the last second not to go down to HFP. Carries kids is a nice easy 3 jiggies in TDL. Turns their 3 jiggies in 5 levels to 3 jiggies in 4 levels. We know all about 3 jiggies in 4 levels if you saw the meme stream. So Go-Go's on his way to grab his Jinjo on top of the
Oh,
tent.
thank God. Okay.
You got it?
Wow. Okay.
Cole probably saw.
Yeah. Pole's at the lake house, so we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here.
Always got good internet there.
Okay. Remind me the goals, guys.
We got all notes in GI, 4 honeycombs, Terry's Kids Jiggy, all Jinjos in Witchy World, and 3 in 5. And yeah, no pack whack for Go-Go, so he's gone out of there. And he did set up his DCW though, so still sticking by that. He remembered to do that.
Okay. Let me capture
Oh baby,
this
we got the
correct.
old version.
We got the old Yorb.
This is last year's layout.
This is last year's layout. Okay, there we go. And guess what? Go-Go's got 4, right? Or no, does he not? They
Yep.
both have this, right?
Both of them that. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and Go-Go did decide to DCW to Terry, like I thought.
Go-Go decided to DCW to Terry. Alright. But he didn't get pack whack, so...
Not yet.
So when is he gonna get it?
I mean, Go-Go does know a lot of like random strats and stuff like that. We saw that in the challenge series race
Oh,
the other
no
day.
way. You think he's gonna do the clockwork shot in?
I think Go-Go might be trying to do the clockwork shot. It's not that I don't think the clockwork shot is that unknown. I know a lot of people who probably would know how to do it.
I definitely don't know how to do it.
I have no clue how to do it, but man, it is a tough shot. It is not easy.
I do know how to do it, but it is very easy to mess up. I think we saw Falcon last year mess it up in one of his races.
Yes.
But I think that's the only time we've ever seen the strat in a bingo match.
I think it's because
very
it's
precise
finicky.
shot. Yeah. Well, it's just you have to stand so close to the little battery port. I don't think anyone went for it this year, Brad.
I think it would have been in the highlight videos. I don't remember anybody going for it this year.
I think Falcon or someone went for it last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what GDO just said.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I just pulled a GDO on GDO.
So I think Go-Go probably will attempt to do that. If he's like confidently skipping pack whack. It's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I am, I mean, it's not too bad if you know how to do it, but if you're trying to YOLO it, then it's a little
Go with an
really
18,
hard to get.
yikes.
Because the shot really sucks, because if you aim too low, you just shoot your clockwork out of bounds, but if you shoot too high, you shoot it on the wall behind the toxic waste loading zone, and you just pop your clockwork back in bounds.
Yep.
So you need to aim at just the right angle to hit the side of the loading zone. And I mean, you only have 10 tries to do it, so...
Nice 2-cycle from 18.
No, that
Nice.
was a good fast 2-cycle.
Yep.
It's not easy to do.
It's a good second round of shooting.
Meanwhile, Nade finishing up his Klungo 2. He could do TDL in one trip if he knows the beak bomb into oogles. Yeah, he could.
But does he know the baby's percent strat?
It's not a very easy beak bomb, though.
It is not a very easy beak bomb. Bex might make it look easy, but it is not easy.
Yeah, it looks very precise.
It sucks. Because if you go too far to the left, you bounce off the Unga Bunga, and if you go too far to the right, you take damage. You have to be just perfect. I can't imagine Go-Go does it all on one go, though. I imagine he leaves and gets Clockworks and comes back in.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have nearly enough notes for Hatch.
What is he doing?
Well, he needs Taxi Pack, but he doesn't have enough notes for it. Oh, he's coming in for the honeycomb.
Why this one?
And why now? Like, if Go-Go was gonna go in for that honeycomb, like, he could have grabbed it when he was going to, you know, get the move and the notes.
I just realized Nade is overrouting notes so that he can get frickin'
Wall climbers.
yeah, claw climbers.
Maybe he doesn't want to risk floor 4 early.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense in a bingo race. Floor 4 early is very inconsistent.
Nade's doing the classic.
See, Emo, I don't think that's Go-Go outsmarting himself. Because, I mean, forgetting one of your, like, main moves is like, a little bigger than that. I don't think that's just Go-Go being cute. Especially when you know you're playing up against someone on Xbox, and, like, your extra loading zones are just killing you. I think if I was playing against Nade, that would be one of my bigger worries, is just to kind of minimize the time spent moving between areas. Optimally. But, I mean, when you have to think of all the jiggies you need, and all the moves, and all the notes, and all the this, and all the that, it kind of gets, it gets a lot to think about.
Yeah, wasn't Nade even in TDL first?
No, Go-Go was in TDL first.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, but GoGo fought Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nade
Go-Go
hasn't
has
done
already
that
fought
yet.
Terry, and Nade hasn't, so that's quite a bit
Oh,
of
he's-
time that Go-Go's
yeah.
up on Nade still.
He's going for the beak
And-
bomb. Oh!
Oh. And Nate has a shit ton of Terry techs too. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of rows that are just like pretty fast on Xbox. Anything that prioritizes like a lot of movement will always be better on Xbox just because of loading zones.
Oh, Nade failed Chompa Warp. Just gotta try it again. Keep in mind that the only way this works for Nade, he has to blow up the clockwork. There we go. Got it that time.
Yeah, so more notes, more levels, more whatever. If the players are doing the same things, then Xbox is a little bit favored on that.
Okay, now GoGo's in River Passage 2. Gonna grab these 20 notes and hopefully it's enough for Taxi Pack.
I think it'll be close. I didn't see what notes he got on the way in here.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he'll
got
have
plenty.
enough.
Okay.
Oh, he had 405 right now. Okay, last time I saw his notes was when he learned Clockworks.
Yeah, he needs 420.
He's still picking
for
up
Hatch.
notes. He also wants Claw Clambers, maybe.
He's
I don't
getting
think
420
so.
for Hatch.
Yeah, I think Go-Go was just picking up those notes because they were like on his way to the wall,
Yeah.
and it was just kind of like a muscle memory thing.
How was that on his way to the wall? I mean, yeah, maybe muscle memory, that makes sense, but it was definitely not on the way to the wall. Alright, Food's here. You guys commentate.
Well, on his way to the wall, I meant like, you know, on his way to that side of the wall. Because one was against the wall, and then the other side was, you know, the side that had the grip grab ledge. So. Anyway.
Nate gets a 10, so he has a guaranteed 2 cycle. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a little
Guaranteed
slower,
2
but
cycle, but yeah, like iCup said, it's a little bit slower, but safer.
yeah, it's slower because he spits out more of those not enemies.
In the end, it's only a couple seconds anyway, so. Ooh, and
Yeah.
Go-Go doesn't quit.
In the end, it's only
So-
a couple $100.
Yeah. But only for you, SHM, not for any of us.
In the end, it's only
So-
a couple $100.
So Go-Go knows, like, for sure that he doesn't have Pack Whack. Like, he knows that now, that he's gotten Taxi Pack. So...
He knows he doesn't have it, but he's been banking on not doing it. I think.
But-
We'll have to
That's what I
ask
was
him.
saying. Like,
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
what
he
I was
ever
saying,
planned on
like-
getting it.
yeah. Before, it was us just kind of speculating, like, well, he doesn't have Taxi Pack, so now he's, you know, like, doing whatever. But now we know that he knows he doesn't have it. So
Yeah.
whether or not he goes back for it, or whether or not he just keeps going forward, I think that's going to tell us what he plans to do in GI.
I don't think there's any way he goes back. Because if you go back, you're just saying, okay, I forfeit game 1.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of true.
But to be fair-
this is finals. You do have to YOLO.
To be fair, in my opinion, game 1's kind of already like been forfeit. In my opinion, there is no reason not to get Pack Whack. You've got Trash Compactor. Oh, and Go-Go dies.
Well,
That's a pretty big death, too.
Yeah, I'm
that's
not
so...
sure why GoGo left his
Oh
Oh
no!
my god,
Oh, what is he
Go-Go!
doing now? Oh,
Okay,
another.
okay.
Okay.
He decided to death warp there instead of fly back up because it would have been faster. He was probably just fluttering over so he could death warp.
Oh my god, he just ate an extra 3 loading zones against Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, if there's $400 on the line, anyone would be nervous. Except maybe like Major League esports players. They'd be like, $400? That's pennies. But
Yeah, Nade's been having a very good bingo as well.
I mean, we both choked on my match against him, but I just choked a little more. Like game 2, he won with a 55.
GoGo getting a little bit stuck on the ladder. The stone steps, everybody's worst enemy.
God, there's just no good place for me to put this. Besides on the ground. That's one of my precious babies.
Isn't it
Nade
cute?
Jumping over to egg number
Dose.
2. Yeah.
2 dose.
And now he doesn't even have to do the beak bomb because he walked in with Clockworks. Big Pog. And there's his 4th honeycomb.
Yeah, why didn't
tied
GoGo
up.
get that honeycomb?
GoGo's 1 egg behind.
Excuse me.
Well, not 1 egg behind, but they're like right at the same spot.
GoGo's just staring at that honeycomb right next to the egg like, wow, I could have gotten that one.
Nade going for the solo K. Warp in.
Nice crouch jump there from GoGo to avoid the water.
Yeah, he did a crouch jump to get to the egg platform too. I mean, they're just fun to do. Like, my nemesis for solo K clockwork warp like this is always accidentally like just shooting my clockwork forward instead of C-upping.
Oh, but it was the
Oh,
first
oh,
Clockwork! Big rippers.
We've all done that.
Yep. Nade death warping out of Oogle Boogles as GoGo enters. You just gotta imagine Nade is like, just so far ahead at this point. Especially since Nade is gonna learn Claw Clambers as soon as he gets into GI, and he'll be like to 4-3 in no time.
Yeah. Not only will he have claw clambers, but he also has pack whack as well.
Well, that is true. He's gonna be able to get Trash Compactor, like we said.
Trash compactor and the notes guaranteed inside Toxic Waste.
Yeah.
Well, Nade can't get the underwater one because he's on Xbox.
He
and-
can't. That's correct. Go ahead,
Yeah.
ICUP.
But he can get the one on the other side.
Yes.
And like we said, GoGo isn't getting the underwater one anyway because neither of them went to JRL.
Yeah.
Well, Nate
Yeah.
did, but
Not
on
a 450
Xbox, on Xbox, any glitch like egg barge that like extends your hitbox doesn't work, so you can't get the one underwater, even if you swim at it with single air or double air.
we know what GoGo's doing for his 5th level, GI. Wait, he did MT, GGM, Witchy World,
TDL.
Yeah, so it is
GI.
GI. He did end up getting the Witchy World Jiggies.
We just don't know what Jiggies GoGo's gonna get.
Yeah.
Nade got Terry's kids.
Because GoGo cannot get into Toxic Waste with anything other than a Clockwork right now.
6M Markov Terry's kids for Nade.
Thank you, will do.
Right, Nade's on his way to GI. And he's gonna be done pretty fast.
Very true.
Well, he's gonna have to go all the way to backdoor break and then follow floor 1 and then open the door, get the battery. It's gonna be a little bit, but
I mean, that's not gonna take that long. Because when he falls down, he can get Tin Top. I guess he does still have to get all the notes.
He's
Yeah, still has
definitely.
to do floor 4 early or claws to get up to floor 3.
No.
Yeah, he'll claw up to 4-3 for sure.
Alright, nice 520 notes. Go-Go now on his way. And he's gonna have the option to do the Tin Top Jiggy from the entrance to break-in, like we've seen him do before.
From the rafters.
But Go-Go's gonna have to do the shot in the toxic waste. Oh yeah, that's also a possibility, isn't it, Nikus? Learning a leg spring and going up there that way.
Would that be faster though?
Go, go.
I don't think it would be
To get
faster.
the notes on the rafters, you just shoot clockworks at them, but
Is Go-Go coming back later for the treble clef?
I guess he is.
please.
Huh?
Go-Go's just killing time, waiting for the dude to respawn.
I think he's killing time waiting for us to pull him into the call. He just looked at the treble clef and he knows he needs it.
What does he need it for?
All
Maybe
notes in GI!
Well, like I said, when he does break in, he'll probably do the jump up to it, so he doesn't have to like
Yeah, maybe it's
go
gonna do an
around.
Esme.
But I mean, he could have killed the dude.
That's an
gotten
extra
the-
2 loading zones. That is
Yeah.
totally not worth.
He probably didn't want to race the dude respawning.
Yeah, he's not doing the Asmi backflip. No way. Holy shit,
a
this
really
has got to
fast
be the
setup.
fastest Rafter YOLO setup I've ever seen.
Holy
Holy
shit! That was
shit.
really fast.
That was super fucking fast.
That was
Yeah, and he
nuts.
didn't get the trouble.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna have to. I don't know what he's thinking.
Well, maybe
He's
he'll
not.
like death warp.
Like, is he really thinking? Is he really thinking floor 4 early to flight pad? Because big yikers if I think so.
Go, don't try and make this work. That looks really risky.
It's
Yes.
YOLO. It's YOLO. We're YOLOing.
He knows that it's tight.
Go hold your stick still. That looks too high. A little lower.
Oh,
He's gonna readjust.
he had it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right, Ring Rush.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this missed. Oh, nice. He
Hoggers.
gets it.
Nate's struggling
Right,
over
now
there,
it's
too.
Nade's turn. He had to readjust for it too. Looks good from Nade. Yep, Nade gets it.
Okay, Nate just needs one more GI Jiggy. Yeah, it does look like Nate's gonna learn leg spring. Oh, he misses the crouch jump.
That jump is really tight without a wing wave.
I mean, you don't even need to crouch jump for that. You can just jump. But
It's a
it looked
tight
like he
jump.
ran off without pressing the A button.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's YOLO time.
Go-Go's
let's
going
go.
for it.
Go-Go's got to
Yes,
find the
double
seam, and he's got to find the right height.
A little more.
That looks good.
It looks pretty good, yeah.
I was doing the YOLO angle too.
Yep.
And
Yep, he
no-
got it.
Oh, he
Oh,
got
that
it.
was really fast.
Holy. That saves a lot of time against Nade.
Yeah, has
But he
Nade
still
gotten
needs
in
the
there yet?
treble clef.
Has Nade gotten in there yet?
No, he hasn't done anything like that yet. He needs to open the front door and then go out there with
he
solo
he
baby.
hasn't been to floor 1 yet.
That's right.
After this, he'll be going to floor 1. Well, no, he did go to floor 1 because he got the Weldar Jiggy.
He needs 10 notes. Where is he missing 10 notes? In Toxic Waste. In Toxic Waste.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting this battery. That's smart.
Alright, Go-Go's
Oh,
all the way up
God.
the
And
elevator.
Go-Go's climbing all the way up. Yeah, this is over.
Yep, definitely way over. Game 2.
Yeah, so what does Go-Go need to collect still? He needs the notes on floor 3
And a Jiggy.
and a Jiggy.
The,
Yeah.
the Trouble Clef.
And the Trouble.
And the
Yep.
Trouble, that's right. Yeah. It's a nice jump from Nade. Yeah, and the Trouble, emo.
So yeah, Nate's just gonna pack whack across for Toxic Waste.
Yeah. Alright, there's a 1 set of notes. And 2 set of notes. Alright, Nade lowering himself in. We got some jittery gameplay, jittery screens. Oh, Go-Go finally gets it, but gets it a little bit too late.
And time.
Alright, GG.
All right, let's pull him in. All right, GG's. Nice job, Nate.
GG.
GG's.
Oh boy. Not bad. Probably a minute from finishing there.
Oh, nice. What'd you choose?
Same row you did.
LTR.
LTR.
Yep, same, yeah.
I personally think that column 5 was better after looking at it for longer.
You just love Cheetah pages in CCL.
I don't know. People really liked row 5 on the card.
Meh.
The bait, like the LTR was a bait because good luck getting these nodes for the TDL moves.
Well,
Yeah, see, Nade had a pretty good route for everything. You had a really weird Witchy World and TDL route, Go-Go.
My goal was to get the Jinjo on the tent as the van, but then I realized that it was hard, so I gave up
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
Nice.
you have to do the jump. You should have just, like, run straight across or got it when you did split up. Like, would have only taken a
Yeah.
few seconds.
Go-Go, do you want to know a meme?
What?
I got the solo Banto Toxic Waste Jiggy intended.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Go-Go, question for you was, why did you go into River Passage to get the honeycomb the first time?
I honestly miscounted my honeycombs. I thought I was at 2.
Well, why didn't you just go in there later? Anyway, because
My
you
goal
needed
was
to go
to
in there
dead
later
warp
for
out of-
Taxi Pack.
He had
My
death warped
goal
out
was to
Toxic
dead
Pack.
warp out of there because that, like, just taking the detour for the honeycomb probably too slow, to be fair. Death warping out of River Passage. But I guess it wasn't. Anyway, like, I could have swapped, like, that honeycomb with floor 3 in a box, and it would
No,
have
but
been fun.
What I mean, Go-Go, is you went into River Passage, got the honeycomb, and left, and then later you went back into River Passage to get Taxi Pack. Why didn't you
I
just get
didn't
the
have
honeycomb the
no.
second time?
I didn't have enough notes for the first time.
Did you think you had enough notes the first time?
Yeah, but as it turns out, DCWing to Terry when you have to learn TDL moves is a bait. Never do that
Oh,
in a
you
bingo
did that?
ever.
I mean, if
assumed
you-
would do that.
Yeah, if you DCW to Terry, you almost never have notes. I was like, Surely GoGo knows he doesn't have enough notes for Taxi Pack, and then you just got the honeycomb and left, and we were
Alright.
like,
I mean,
Okay.
I really thought I would have enough nodes with Jinjos and Witcher World, since it does give me like 40 extra nodes that I normally don't get.
yeah. But I mean, you
But
need
as it
all the
turns
notes
out,
in 4 entire levels to get Taxi Pack. Plus
yeah,
some. So,
pretty much.
All right, well, we will take a 2-minute break, and we will be back for game number 2.
perfect.
So where did you DCW need? I'm guessing you did not. Alright.
Nate didn't DCW. He got the battery on floor 2, and then took it to a toxic waste.
Yep.
Honestly, I feel like DCWing to Toxic Waste might have been better just because I get to have notes from GI to learn the TDL moves.
I mean,
It only gives me a
what?
Jiggy that way.
I mean, you could have just hit the warp at the top, immediately left the level, like got some convenient notes on the way, and then just like left, got the notes in like what you did, got the notes in Wasteland, and then just like went back into the level and like got most of the notes. So like exactly what you did, except leave the level at the beginning instead of later on. So, but we thought you were gonna get pack whack too, for the GI jiggies, just to like make it easier. But
I don't like learning pack whack, especially when you can't skip. You can't skip it with a clockwork shot.
yeah.
I'm back.
Well, I mean that's true, but it also gives you access to the jiggies in Toxic Waste and to Trash Compactor if you needed that. But I mean, Tin Tops and Weldar were so much faster. But I mean, in the end, Nade got the one jiggy inside Toxic Waste and then didn't have to climb the ladder.
Yeah, see, I'm not familiar with the clockwork shot, and my plan was to get trash compactor. And I'm like, oh wait, I can just get the toxic waste jiggy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if collecting all the notes that GoGo or that you did would have been good for GoGo, because I mean, Nade just got claw clamber boots and climbed up to floor 3 instead
No, I
of
got
having
leg
to-
spring.
Leg spring, yeah.
Oh, you got leg spring. That's right, leg spring.
Yeah.
Even still, doing leg spring with backdoor, so leg spring to
Yeah.
just go straight up to floor 3 instead of having to climb the slow rope.
Even then, I still think that column 5 was better than BLTR.
Row 5.
No, column 5. All Cheeto pages in CCL gives you 4 jiggies out of the 15 that you need.
It's true. And the last question we had for you, GoGo, was what was with the treble clef in GI?
Oh, I was planning on getting that as I was flying to the attic.
Oh, okay. So
You were
did
gonna go
plan
to
on
attic?
Yeah. Well, yeah. GoGo never learned taxi or pack whack.
Oh,
so,
pack. Okay,
So that was his only other option.
got you.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the honking?
Okay. Are you guys ready to go for number 2?
SHM, you have really a jittery video on your video, by the way. I don't know if it's just us on Discord, but at the end of the game, GoGo and Nade were jittering around a little bit.
Big Saw Master, thank you for the subscription.
Oh boy.
How is it now? Is it fine?
It's looking fine so far. But yeah, it was jittery for me too.
Yeah, it's probably just Discord. So
Okay,
Alright,
both of
well,
you
good
guys, both of you guys ready to go for game number 2?
Yep.
Okay, the seed's been posted. It's 73945.
Got it.
Okay, and we will start game number 2 out of 5. Possibly. Game number 2, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
This time I'll hit start race.
looks fine on stream. Awesome.
I think I know what road Nade's doing.
And off they go for game number 2.
Game 2.
The goal that shot out is in the same position as the
exact
goal
same
that was shot out.
position.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
All notes in GGM, a nice easy goal. So.
Pig pool, Jelly Castle, in the same row.
Wow. It's broken.
Row 2, Pig Pool, Jelly Castle, Cheeto Pages, Stub Bigfoot, 4 and GI.
It's in a pretty decent row too, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, 4 and GI is a little out of the way, but still.
I mean, 4 and GI is like super duper fast.
And there's a couple fast shooter pages in GI too, and some notes.
For the past 5 cards on the website, I've had the top left corner shot out. Maybe. It makes sense, because if Cole broke the website, then, I mean, it's still a different goal, because they're being randomly shot out, but even still, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's always the problem with George, is double dipping. I don't think that's that big of a deal, though.
Column 3 also looks pretty good.
Column 3, 3 Jiggies and 4, Jelly Castle, bringing a train to TDL, Green Jinjos, 6 Cheeto Pages.
And I was looking, the first row I saw was row 3.
Three is terrible because of train, or is it ite?
I think it's like
Apparently, Jigsaw Master says music.
their audio on stream.
Yes. Why is there not?
Oh, cool, Klungo music. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, it was DCW music. No. Wait, so let's see what else we got on the card. Five bosses on the card. It's not really with any decent rows for bosses. All the recent ones have the one shot out.
Yep,
Column
I've
two is-
tested like
We
3
can't
cards
do
myself
that,
too,
so.
so.
Oh well, it's not a big deal.
Column 2 has interesting train switch synergy.
This is what happens when you update the site more than it's needed.
Yeah.
Okay, Nade's going with column 3.
You did pick column 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly like column 2. It has
Go-Go looks like
interesting
he's in between
switch
row
synergy.
2 or row 3.
Yeah. See, I guess the thing that Nade wants to avoid with row 2, like, because I kind of like row 2, is Stub Bigfoot's Toe, you'll have a lot of text that you can't skip. And Pig Pool Jiggy, there's a lot of text you can't skip. So he probably wouldn't want to do Pig Pool Jiggy.
There's not a lot of good G's and GI on Xbox either.
Alright, Go-Go went with row 2.
He did go row 2? Okay,
Yeah.
so we got the two rows that we were looking at. Back to back. Okay, so... Reads like a diary, yeah, I like it too. Alright, so with Jelly Castle Jiggy as Banjo being the, like the combined goal that both of them will have to do in their cross-section, I think that benefits Nate a little bit, because like we were saying before, you know, having to go around to all the levels, collecting all the notes, like, they need 640 notes for Shack Pack, so that's gonna be a thing. A Go-Go will have access to a bunch of notes in GI if he does his GI stuff before going, which he should be ending on Jelly Castle Jiggy as Banjo, because why would you not? Stub Bigfoot's toe is deep into the icy side, so he'll have a lot of opportunity to run by some notes that you normally don't go to. All the ones on lower icy side. And Pigpool Jiggy will take him into CCL, so... Well, I guess he has to be in CCL anyway, but... You can always finish on, I guess you can't finish on, hitting George or Jelly Castle, so I guess you would go into CCL, hit George, collect a bunch of notes, leave, get Shack Pack later, and then after that you would get you know, the switch hit, get the Pigpool Jiggy, and then go back to CCL with Shack Pack and grab the Jiggy.
I think if you're doing Jelly Castle, chances are like 9 out of 10 times you're gonna end with Jelly Castle.
Yeah. Do you think DCW to Toxic Waste is good because it's part of Pigpool and GI Jiggies?
I mean, I would, and it's 2 free Jiggies in GI.
Yeah.
But that would also mean you're going in double dipping GI. So.
Well, you don't have to double dip in GI if you get Attic.
I don't know if Go-Go will do that, though. It's just so far out of the way.
Yeah, Attic and Trash Compactor.
I mean, Go-Go could put off... Well, I guess he can't put off going to JRL. They both now failed damageless this round.
I think the problem is
they're
leaving
playing bingo.
GI.
They're not going for damageless. If you Toxic Waste DCW without Clockworks, can you hit Pigpool switch? Do grenades work? Yeah.
Well, we need to hit the Pigpool switch to DCW to Toxic Waste. So.
Yeah.
I think the only way, if you are DCWing into Toxic Waste, is to do Trash Compactor Attic, because otherwise you're opening the front door for nothing.
Yeah.
Besides coming back.
The thing about that is that if you do that, then you're double dipping JRL to go back and set up your DCW. So with the strats that Go-Go does, I don't think double dipping GI is such a bad idea, because he can always go back into GI. Like, he goes into GI, gets the two Jiggies in Toxic Waste, and then he leaves the level, comes back later, gets the Clockwork, breaks in, uses his setup to grab the Tin Tops Jiggy from the top, and then after that just drops down, shoots a Clockwork to Weldar, and then he's out of there. So it is a little bit more involved than going back into JRL just to do the DCW, but if you leave the building, you do have to open it up, so... Yeah, you could do that. Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah, actually, I don't mind the sound of that at all. I think that would be a really cool route. Because then double dipping JRL doesn't really matter. You do everything in JRL the first trip, and then the only reason you're there is because you drop down the pipe from HFP, and then just hop into the other pipe. Unless you go back to HFP. But I mean, the thing that makes this row, in my opinion, pretty strong is that you don't get any GI notes, yes, but you also get CCL notes, which most people don't get CCL notes for Shack Pack for this Jiggy, because you don't want to go into CCL twice, right? But because you have to go back and forth all the time. The only issue I think with this row, though, is that going back and forth so much is kind of weak when you're against Xbox, who you don't want to be doing that with. But I mean, Nade has to go to every level anyway, almost, so.
Did Nade grab his GGM jiggies?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, Mumbo, it really is. I totally agree. I think that's the thing that's gonna kill Go-Go in the end, to be honest, with his row.
There's not a lot of options for Cheeto pages in row 2. Without going really far out of your way.
Yeah, 12 isn't too bad.
It's not so bad, but it is bad in that row. Because, like, I don't think Go-Go will... I mean, there's Lago and Floor 2 and GI. CCL sucks for Cheetos. HFP has some good Cheetos, but he'd have to go in there with Clockworks.
Yeah, JRL and CCL are definitely like the shit Cheeto page levels that you just never want to have to get any of those like forced in your route, but
Yeah.
I think Go-Go can make 12 work. He's going to pop into TDL and HFP, so...
Yeah, he has to go
grab
to
some stuff.
TDL for Cheetos in this row, which TDL Cheetos are some of the fastest in the game, so.
Yep. Here's Nade grabbing Relic. He's up to 3.
Yeah, for Nate it's a lot easier. 6 is really easy to route.
Especially when he needs 3 Jiggies and 4 levels. So, I mean, when you're just getting your Jiggies and, you know, your fast Jiggies and levels, you can just go around and collect whatever notes, or whatever Cheetos. He has to get the train switch in TDL as well. And TDL has some pretty fast Cheeto pages. So when he goes over to the train switch, he can stop behind Humba Wumba and grab the Cheeto page that's in there. Or he could even like venture all the way over to Mumbo. I imagine he'll be getting the treble clef and most of the notes in TDL anyway, so he'll be like pretty much going around the entire level. And nice bonk. Do we even see any bonks in the first race?
Not in the first one. No bonks.
Yeah. First bonk of the grand finals. Or I guess it's single win, so it's like just the winter finals.
It's still technically grand
The finals. Yeah.
The
make
last
it
match of
grand.
the tournament.
It's grand because it's best of 5.
Nade bonk once in TDL.
I missed it. He must have done Hatch.
I don't remember.
Alright, Go-Go's also got 3 right in the same spot that Nade was.
Go pressing the wrong C button, getting into Talon Trot, accidentally using none of his 0 gold feathers. Or
Almost
all
getting-
of his 0 gold feathers.
Almost getting destroyed by that Muggy in the process.
Luckily got out of the way just in time. Nade getting his white Jinjo so he doesn't have to eat both the Jinjo cutscenes.
Yeah, Nade unfortunately doesn't have the luxury of resetting out of the second one. being on Xbox.
Alright. Go-Go's turn to do... Ooh, he's caught in the ledge. Yeah, Go-Go's bailing. Mission aborted, but he made it through. It almost looked like a really good Jade Snake Grove early until he got stuck in the side there.
Mission aborted is giving me flashbacks to GoldenEye.
He made it work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, how did your guys' GoldenEye race go earlier?
Let's focus on this.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it either.
Yikes, yikes. Alrighty. Okay, putting in his code. Is this his code for the second time or just the first time? I think he was just scrolling through a bunch of text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Go-Go gets
no,
tagged
no.
by the Snapdragon.
And he's going back up. At
A
least he
little
didn't
bit of time
die.
loss. Yeah, it is good that he didn't die. That would have been really bad.
Oh, he's being extra careful now.
Ooh.
Oh
my
God.
Made it.
That would be spooky scary. There he goes.
Snapdragon is the real final boss.
Did we already figure out which levels Nade picks? I mean,
He does
MT,
GGM,
yeah,
MT, CCL, and pick another. Probably HFP, I imagine.
yeah. I think
HFP.
HFP is pretty safe. Not JRL. JRL has slow jiggies.
Yes. Even though he is going down for Simi Fish, well, for Talon Torpedo, I don't think that JRL jiggies are worth it all.
Well, you know my stance on that.
Yeah. I mean green Jinjos, but I mean the only fast jiggy down there are is a Simi.
Wait, Nade only had 6 jiggies there. Is he? Oh, he's saving Train. He only got 2 in GGM because he's going to get the Train jiggy.
Yeah, Zernicus.
Makes sense.
Thing is, Zernicus, is that getting into smugglers is the long part. Like, Nade can blow open the door on the side of Jolly's really fast on Xbox, but it's still like a big cutscene you have to watch.
Hey, look, they're synced, but Nade has no loading zones.
That was actually a pretty long.
Heck W!
Nade, but it was a really long loading zone for Go-Go.
It was a long rolling zone for Nate. He almost had time to like think for a second there.
Yeah. Witchy World is the cursed loading zone.
No, Hailfire Peaks train station is the fucking cursed loading zone.
Oh, Nade getting smacked by the token. Yeah, it's pretty bad. HFP is really bad for like everything. You ever death warp super close to the HFP waterfall? That's like that's so rough.
Yeah.
Nate going to grab his van to go grab his Jinjo. Yeah, Go-Go doesn't like pack whack. He said that between races. He always tries to avoid it if he can.
Usually when a loading zone lasts a little bit longer than Hailfire Peaks train station has me, that's when I start to wonder. That's when I start going, is my game okay?
Oh, Go-Go going for torch jump. Doesn't
No.
He's got
He has
one
one
more
more
try.
time.
Yeah. That was pretty good. There you go. He got the forward momentum going that time.
Going van.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Van is still good. Keck W. You heard it here. You saw it here. Grand Finals.
Yeah, the memes told us so. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I left the HFP train station, so.
No, GoGo didn't set up
Been a
DCW.
while.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. GoGo did set up a DCW. He absolutely did. I remembered he did because he hit the TNT box with 100 notes instead of with 90 like most people do.
Yeah, and even then, GoGo's finishing his DCW setup right now, so.
Yes, correct.
Question answered.
He did set up a DCW. Now, where is he going? That's the question. We hope, well, we don't know. I think Toxic Waste could behoove him, but at the same time, he did not get pack whack again. So, but he is re-entering the file. Which means he's going to go to JRL at least first. He might even go to HF. Oh, no, he's not going to HFP. I was going to say he could go to HFP right now and get Stub Biga's foot out of the way, but he's not going to HFP until George is in the water.
Yeah.
So, who knows? He is going to JRL. Maybe he wants some notes before he DCWs for some reason, even though he doesn't really need notes prior to DCW. He can always come back. Because you only need notes for Shack Pack. He didn't get split up. He didn't get split up. It's actually over.
Give
It's
it up for
actually over.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh
split up is,
my god.
Split up is the one move.
Jeez.
It's the one move, well, aside from egg game, that you learn in every bingo. Like,
I'm saying a prayer for GoGo right now.
I'm not saying
I
a
think he
prayer for
needs
him.
to.
He's done.
yeah,
He's done.
Hold your
So.
hands.
For getting split up and he was actually in the lead.
see the fact that he hit the the warp pad at the back of the tent too, like. He must have gone to get. Yeah, I know, because he ran around, got the warp pad, and then he dropped down for the notes, and then went to go get the notes by the pool, and then just kept running around. He forgot to run up and get the move.
I think it is just nerves.
Yeah.
I mean, how else can you explain it? That's like a way, 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 way beginner mistake to forget split up.
Time to make meme number 104. Yeah, now that finals is happening, I can go ahead and finish my highlight video for the top 8. So maybe we'll see something.
Yeah, exactly, Ring Rush.
Okay, so GoGo with a couple minute detour there, finally enters Cliff Top. What did Cole do? He accidentally broke his website.
Accidentally, in quotes.
Nade doing his inky swim.
I mean, at least it still works.
Wow.
If it wasn't generating cards, it would be like,
I mean,
alright,
it
bingo finals.
It generates cards, but yeah, I mean,
Bingo finals.
that's
back to
about
speedrun
what
rules.
it does. It generates cards. That's about what it
Time
does
to-
right now.
Time to go back to the
No
previous
horizontal goals. No shot variance.
We'll just have to choose a goal that no one is allowed to do beforehand.
It's fine. It's just a good grand finals instead of a perfect one. That's fine.
Every tournament's gotta have a snag somewhere.
Yeah. Leave it for us to do it in grand finals. How perfect.
It's okay, we'll get it next year, right?
Alrighty, Nade going ahead, collecting his underwater notes, going to grab his green Jinjos. Cole looking out his lake house, laughing, killing the grand finals.
True, Ring Rush, true.
Not sure what Nade is doing here on the way to Seaweed Sanctum.
He's giving you some of that screen shake you guys were talking about.
Yeah, CHM, we're getting jittery video again on Nade's end.
Right. Nade dodging around the suspicious looking seaweed. I don't think he was sure he was gonna make the jump around there, so he tried to flap. Now it's Gogo's turn to hit Atlantis. I think it's Atlantis. Yep.
Man, it's actually so nice for Nade to have all green Jinjos paired with a train goal because he's got to come back to GGM anyways. That way he gets that white Jinjo out of the way, you know? Because normally for greens, you're forced to do a 2-trip GGM. But
Oh, that's true.
it's lucky for him that he gets to pair it with the train.
Hope he didn't jump.
Oh, he just ran in.
Yeah, he just tried to jump over it and missed it.
Yeah. It's happened to me a couple times. Just eating input.
Yeah, he's setting up Witchy World early even though the door is open. He's nuts.
He's showing up the new Xbox setup that he discovered
He's just
before
styling
Xbox
on
goes
Go-Go.
fan.
Alright, Gogo's got his Talon Torpedo. Hopefully we don't see him go into Toxic Waste. Because I think the route that Znernicus was talking about earlier is the real 200 IQ play. He's warping back to town. I don't know, Go-Go likes doing shenanigansy stuff. No, he's not. Dang!
Nope, he's going to Toxic Waste without Pack Whack, so he's doing a 2-trip GI, which I do not approve. Yeah, so not only is he going to double dip GI, he's going to double dip CCL. This is like the worst. I just don't understand why you avoid Pack Whack. I don't get it.
Because learning one move is slower than visiting a level twice, obviously.
He didn't learn Pack Whack because he didn't have split.
It's also true, Zernicus.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Right, Nade's finally at his clockworks. He's got a lot of notes right now too. I think both him and Go-Go are about the same. Yeah, Go-Go's at 420, Nade's at 425, so... I think Go-Go's up on notes on him actually, because once he gets to Wasteland and collects those 2 notes, he'll be 5 notes up on Nade, so... You got 5 notes somewhere. But, I mean, 5 notes isn't really the difference between life or death.
I'm just wondering how Go-Go's going to get out. Is Go-Go just going to open the front door?
Or, like
Only
I
way.
said, he'll just like Death Warp out. But I mean,
Death Warp out of
Because-
what?
out of GI. But if he does that, he'll have to fight.
Oh,
Nade's
Oh,
missed his
Nade.
jump. What do you mean he'll Death Warp out of GI? Oh, so just do Klungo too? Hell no, he's not doing that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I just said. I said, but then he'll have to fight Klungo too, and he's probably not going to do that.
Oh god, I just hope he can get this Jiggy without double air.
He did it.
Hoggers!
He's a legend.
Nice little kick before his flap. Alright, Nade not jumping at the top of the steps that time.
Oh my god, he's nuts!
He's insane. We might actually see a game 4 tonight.
I was like, what is Go-Go grip grabbing on? But I forgot that ledge was even there. So Go-Go just collecting all of his notes here now.
Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know why he's doing it now though, because he'll have to come back in for more jiggies, so he may as well just do it then.
For game 15.
Unless he had Pack Whack, then he could have done it all right now. Go-Go's definitely not up on notes either.
He was at the time.
He's coming down here for Lago.
It's 301 bingo. When Kazooie has bingo.
AKA never. Alright, Nade's up to 5. Go-Go collecting 6.
Nade only needs 6, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, but he only has 5.
Yep. Did Nade just get the one by Mumbo?
Yeah, no, he
Or
just
the
got
one
the one in the mountain.
Mountain. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess he doesn't need to. He'll probably get his last one somewhere fast. Solo 1545. Someday.
That's the emote code for it ain't happening.
Oh.
But it is gonna happen, though.
So Go-Go leaves. He's got 2 Jiggies, but he's going to have to come back with clocks. I guess he did avoid learning Springies as well as Pack Whack. There goes Nade for his green Jinjo.
I mean, Pack-Whack is like a loading zone out of the way, but Springies is like right next to the entrance.
Yeah.
It's not that far out of the way. Great, Nate gets waterfall.
Now he's on his way to lift the train.
And Old King Cole will be his third Jiggy, yeah,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, he's just going to beat it and ride it into TDL too.
Go to CCL.
No, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. CCL's weird.
I guess it
So-
doesn't really matter when you go to CCL, but TDL first is better. Is it though?
It's hard. I mean, are you going to do Jelly Castle and then hit Georgian? Or are you going to hit Georgian, go to HFP, and... Oh, yeah, yeah. You're definitely doing the
You
opposite.
have to go to HFP before you
Hello?
get Jelly
Did we
Cat.
just lose Go-Go?
Oh, God.
Oh no, he's just dropping frames.
This bingo tournament grand finals is brought to you by Microsoft PowerPoint.
Yeah. I believe I made a meme, memeing on GoGo's stream quality. So,
Cole is secretly colluding the grand finals from his lake house.
I mean, if anyone predicted GoGo's stream would have any issues. The meme had dinosaurs, so it's fitting it happened in TDL.
Yeah.
Starting to get some Illuminati emojis happening in here. Alright, GoGo getting the clockwork inside the mountain. That's number 7 for him, so only 5 left to go. What's that one? Enlightened. Oh yeah, you got the shoes for this. Not a terrible choice. I mean, since you have to come all the way over here, may as well, right? And then I imagine he'll get the other Cheeto page by Mumbo as well.
Yeah, he's just doing the TDL World Tour.
Yep. Just a good old lap around the level. Old reliable. GoGo making sure not to jump out of talent or jump across the swamp in Talent Trot. Because for some reason when you're over top of the swamp in Talent Trot, it slows you down. It'd be really interesting to know why that happens.
The Dragundas enforce heavy gravity.
The grenade recoiled GoGo on top of the boulder. Like that.
That was a nice trip.
Yeah, sick damage boost.
All right, Nade's bringing the train. GoGo's yet to finish a goal. Now he's going to CCL.
Yeah.
So he's going to CCL now for notes and to hit Georgian.
Yeah.
And that's it.
His Jiggies and GI and his Bigafoot are going to be done over really fast. He only needs to collect another 85 notes.
Yeah.
And then he's done that. So he'll get some here and some in HFP. And meanwhile, I don't know how many notes Nade has, but it's got to be at least the same amount, if not more. Maybe less because he hasn't been to any more levels than GoGo has. Right, no George clip today. Instead, we get to
have to
push
hit
him
George.
to his death. Not George hit, George clip.
Right.
Oh, Nade's entering with 545. He's gonna be collecting all of them, all the notes.
I think that's fine for him though, because isn't this his 4th level? He's gonna be running around getting jiggies anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and Mark bring train to TD.
Oh yeah, thank you.
He'll probably grab his last Cheeto page here too.
Yeah, I'm one in the Coliseum at some point.
Either the one in the Coliseum or the one on top of
the small
the one
pillar.
on top of the
Yeah, he'll
pillar.
probably get that one actually. Since he's going to be going over there for glide jump for the treble clef.
If I was GoGo here, I would just leave the level.
I think Go-Go's listening to you.
Oh, he's getting these notes too. I would have skipped these, but I think they're okay to get.
We might be okay here.
Nope. No, it looks like he is. Or maybe he's just getting these. Nope, he is getting more.
You should only
I
get
think that's a
5 more.
mistake. Yeah.
He shouldn't have even
Unless
done
he's
5
just
more. Should
plans
have
on
just left.
saving and quitting out. Okay, he is gonna save and quit
Yeah.
out. There we go. Yeah,
He didn't
doesn't-
need
but
all
now-
of them, but now he doesn't need anything on his way to Shack Pack. He really could have been done because there's 10 notes on your way to Shack Pack. Like, you
Well,
cannot go out of your way for
Yeah.
them.
There's 10 there, and then he's probably going to run to the upper side, so jumping over the 2 fire hands, there's going to be another 10 notes on the top by the split up pad.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't even need to go there if he was splitting up below. But I guess he
It's
would
fine.
split
It's
up
not
below
a
because
perfect
he's-
note route, but it's pretty good. And yeah, he does still have to do biggest foot.
Oh, he's going to GI first.
Hopefully he remembers that you can't talk to Bigfoot is still okay.
Come to GI first. Hopefully we'll see him skip the trouble here.
No clue.
you can.
Xenernicus? I imagine yes. Most characters will speak to Banjo.
He is getting the trouble. So yeah, I think Go-Go's writing too many notes, but at least he has enough now. Now what's he doing? Oh, he's getting this Cheeto page. That's right.
You know,
I
I'm
would have
wondering
never
if
thought
Go-Go... I don't think he is, but I'm wondering if he is accidentally routing for Sack Pack.
I really doubt it.
Because the other row that he was considering had Sack Pack in it. So I hope that he doesn't just like think in the back of his head, I need Sack Pack, I need Sack Pack.
I really doubt he's going for Sack Pack. Like, if we see him collect any more notes...
I think if he was
You
going
don't
for...
want to do this, Go-Go. Well, he got the 2, so...
If he was going for sack pack, he would have gotten into trouble here.
Go-Go? Oh, right, he doesn't have ice eggs. But still... This is a really risky... This is a really risky break-in. Because if he fails it, he just dies.
Oh my goodness.
Go-Go, he could just go enter the level and learn
Claw Clambers. Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be faster than this. Like, Go-Go's trying to be like swaggy and not doing like the simple like time saves.
Probably just tilted because he forgot split up. So he's like, well,
Got it again, but having to wait for the break-in and doing the setup for it, I think is slower than just learning claw clambers.
Nice pause from Nade. Good size strain. Just needs one more jiggy. Or wait, no, he needs more than that. Let's see. Because he has all green Jinjos. What were his 4 levels? MT,
MT,
GGM?
GGM, HFP, and CCL.
What has he done in CCL?
Nothing. He's probably gonna do Super Stash, Minji, and the Jelly Castle.
That would make sense to me. Oh yeah, because you need Jelly Castle anyway, and the other 2 are really fast.
Yeah. You can't do Cheese Wedge on Xbox unless you're doing the solo K Clockwork Orbs, so it'd be worth it to do Minji in Nade's case.
This does make sense. So Go-Go going into HFP.
I think you should have just split up right there.
He's gonna split up top because then he'll go learn. He'll jump into the pool and then he'll climb up for. Well, I guess he'll death warp and then go. This is the old 100% route. Well, I guess.
Ooh, you know what he should do? When he goes to get Shack Pack, he should drop down, take 2 damage, and then swim to get Pig Pool. Alright, well, Nade's in his last level, so...
Learn the move, then go in the pool.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
like
route
jump down
was
and do
to
the
warp.
pool.
The old route, for 100%. Well, I guess the current route for 100%. No, it would be the old route. I think. I can't remember.
My
Yeah,
God, he got the
non-shack
grip
pack stick
grab,
route. There you
thank
go.
God.
Nade? Okay.
Yeah, you warp down, hit the switch, death warp, and then
Woo, look at these streams.
move and death warp. Ooh, go-go bonking. Nade getting go-go'd.
Just, yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted him to do.
So I guess he did collect Jiggy somewhere else, didn't he? Oh, nope, he's still doing stuff.
Not ending on Jelly Castle.
I guess it makes sense. You're doing the banjo stuff first, and then you would like split up and then go. Do
He
the
only
other
needs
stuff.
one more Jiggy.
Yeah.
I think, right?
No,
out
he
of
needs
4?
2.
Stash and Mingy.
No, he needs
yeah.
2. He needs 2.
Yeah, so he's gonna end on Mingy.
Why would he not do stashes, BK?
You can get over here faster as Kazooie. But I guess then you would do stash as BK and then just run to the loading zone. You're
Then
right.
I'd run to Red Skull, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Usually.
Well, that's what you do in no DCW, isn't it?
Kogo's trying to die to the hothead.
Yeah, that's yikes. Maybe he is gonna do cheese? No. Not on Xbox. He's dropping all the frames.
Yep.
He gets good skull.
Oh, Go-Go's solo Kazooie. He's gonna learn the hard way.
I hope he's just doing the Cheeto page. Or the Cheeto
Yeah,
pages.
I think he's been one of the people in the past that are like, you can't do it, so okay. So it'd be funny to see.
Go-Go has a lot of
try it.
random knowledge about the game, so I would assume that he knows. But you also can't do glide jump. As
Yes,
BK.
thank you. It is.
Nade getting a 48, that's pretty solid.
No, he's gonna be done in just a couple seconds.
Time.
And time.
Done. GG's.
GG's! Let's bring him in. Alright, GG's. Nice 48, Nade.
Sweetie. Oh man, I knew like 20 minutes in that I was gonna lose this one.
What'd you pick?
Forgot split up.
I forgot split up, man.
Oh
what the
no.
fuck? I
Yeah,
picked row 2.
I did column 3.
I really was thinking about row 3, honestly.
Yeah, I saw Sack Pack. And it's pretty decent, but I think column 3 is better.
Yeah. Alright.
If I wouldn't have gotten the best Jinjo crate, I would have had to use another torpedo, but I got the front right one.
Yeah. Did you forget that you had to kind of wait for your Talon torpedo to go through the Jinjo? Because it looked
Oh,
like you just slammed right through it, and I was like, uh-oh.
No, I know it takes like a second or two to register.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah, I was
tight.
like, if I don't get the front two, I'm gonna have to use another torpedo. But we got it.
Yep.
Again, the Jelly Castle's banjo broken.
I mean, I was doing that too.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna get like a 51 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
We were
no,
thinking-
probably 53.
We were thinking of all sorts of crazy routes for your pig pool, Jiggy, because we were thinking like, well, if you go to CCL, knock George down, then you can like go to HFP, you know, do all your stuff, learn Shack Pack, and then when you finish all your HFP stuff, you like go down to or you drop down through the toxic waste pipe and jump into the other pipe to set up your DCW, but then you didn't learn Pack Whack again, so we were like, okay, never mind, he's DCWing in there.
Yeah. I don't
did-
actually know what the fastest route is for 4 Jiggies in GI. Like, obviously, it's the same 4 Jiggies that you get, but honestly, I just don't know if it's faster to DCW with Clockworks or not.
It is.
If anything, I would say that learning Town Torpedo instead of Pack Whack lost me time.
Yeah. Another thing that I thought was kind of funny, but probably also lost you time, was your setup for the Tin Tops, Jiggy. It probably would have been faster just to enter the building, learn Claw Clamber boots, and then just jump up to do the shot from the other side.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just because then you wouldn't have had to wait for the dude to respawn for your break-in shot.
Yeah, that I feel like that Cheeto page, like the floor to Cheeto page, was like the slowest Cheeto page that I've gotten.
Yeah.
Like I even skipped the Coliseum Cheeto page mainly because I thought because I realized, damn, I have an extra Cheeto page.
Yeah, the Cheeto pages were a little bit out of place in your row, I feel. But, I mean, you
Yeah.
needed so many notes anyway, so,
I needed to go into every level too.
yeah.
Okay, we'll take another 2-minute break and then we'll come back for game 3.
Sounds good.
Game 3.
Give it up for game 3. It's a bit less epic since it's the finals, that it could be not the last one, but it's always nice.
It could be the last one though.
It could, yeah.
Just don't forget split up again.
Yeah, then it definitely will be the last one if you do that again. But
Oh.
All right, I'm back. Good to go.
Yep.
All right. Both runners ready?
Yep.
All right, I know GDO's out, but that's okay. We're going to start without him.
Not here, I was just coughing.
Okay. All right, here we go. We've got game 3. Gogo's got to pull it back. Reverse sweeperino. Keck W. Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
good luck.
Give it up for game 3!
Big.
I have no idea where these guys' streams will be, considering how many frames they lost, so I have to pause here and there.
Oh wow, the top left goal is shot again.
Okay, Nate is a little
6 Jiggies
early.
in Mayhem Temple. Alright, let's have a look at the card for game number 3. We got Learn Shack Pack on there. Ooh, everything in JRL. 8 Jiggies in CCL.
On 2's looking. Actually, no. BLTR looks pretty hot for me.
LTR. All blue Jinjos. All these in JRL. Bash. I'm not sure about that. You have to go into almost every level for all the Globos, but this does keep you in, like... Well, I guess I'm not sure where all the blue Jinjos are.
I didn't quite see how many Globos it was, so.
Yeah, 15.
15. The big 1-5.
I personally don't mind the look of row 5 on this card, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same kind
Oh
of
my
thing.
god, Go-Go is missing the first shot!
15 Globos, and then you have Star Spinner Jiggy, Worker Jiggy. But, I mean, 15 Globos with Worker Jiggy kind of takes you to floor 3 anyway.
Okay, careful, Go-Go. He's further away than he normally is.
Yeah, that might miss.
I think he's good.
Yeah, he was too far
Oh.
away.
Well, it's been fun, guys.
It's still early.
Holy.
Row 3 has some pretty good.
ICUP, you lost to this?
I know. I blame my 12-hour work shift that day. I should have canceled.
Alright, let's see what else we have.
Go-Go's turning into emo. Two second place finishes.
Let's have a look at where all the Jinjos are.
For blues?
Blues, yeah.
You've got
Another-
Cactus.
I know there's 2 in CCL, I think.
You've got Cactus. You've got Trash Can. You've got,
The GGM jail cell.
yeah, you've got Jails. You got
The
water
top of
storage.
Water storage, yeah.
Yep.
Cactus.
Toxic waste.
Toxic Waste. Yep.
And trash can and lava waterfall in HFP.
Oh, yeah. Lava Waterfall is blue.
So, not super terrible.
I don't know. There's not a lot of.
It's definitely
really
out
good
of
options on this
place.
card.
It's definitely out of place. Yeah, that is the other ones underneath Kiss. Rock Nut Cage.
Column 2 also looks pretty good.
You could pair it with Open the Door to Wildar. A little bit of synergy there, but not much.
Yeah, having to go into toxic waste is the worst part of blue Jinjos.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in seeing Worker Jiggy with Learn Breagle Bash.
Yeah, that's some good synergy there.
I don't know if it's the best synergy, but it does get you to floor 4 a little safer than normal.
It gives you a free Minjo on floor 3, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 Minjos, hatch 5 eggs.
Oh, that's 6 in GGM. I thought that was a 5. Can't read.
Yeah, I don't mind the look of column 5 at all.
The only other thing I don't like about BLTR is that usually 13 between MT and GGM really hard when you don't get to pair it with the train. Because usually, like, if you get to pair it with a train goal, you're getting that extra synergy and it covers your last and final Jiggy that could be a longer one. Because otherwise your other choices are like Shed or one of the target Zans or Ordnance Storage, like all these terrible Jiggies to pick from.
I think 13 between MT and GGM paired with 15 Globos just instantly kills the row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even though with blue Jinjos you do have to go around to a lot of different levels, like I said, it's kind of negated by having to go into toxic waste. You can go there through JRL, and you do need all notes in JRL, but then you do need ice eggs and sub aqua.
I do like the blue Jinjo synergy in column 3, though.
It's okay. I just think opening the door to Wildar and all stuff in JRL is going to be really long.
Yeah. There's not a lot of good options on this card, I don't think. Row 5 was also pretty good.
with 4 Jiggies in CCL and all blue Jinjos, you could do the clip into trash can. With the B.
Yeah. That would be a meme.
And then just, but then you'd have to like save and quit out, because it's kind of hard to get out of there.
In column 3, you might get double air. That is true. Possibly. But I think you would just get an extra battery, probably. Okay, Nade has chosen row 2. And row 2 is pretty decent, I think. Almost skips everything past Clifftop besides needing notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all notes in JRL, he can easily go down for Talon Torpedo as well. And
Go-Go has chosen BLTR.
Oh, he did choose BLTR. Right. I guess I do like row 2 better than BLTR. 6 in Witchy World does suck, but again, the only thing you need on the other side of Clifftop is just notes. So. BLTR just makes you hungry. Yep. Good old bacon, lettuce, tomato ranch. You like row 5 best? Yeah, like yum. I used to make those all the time, except I'd put them on like a bagel. Yeah, like a plain bagel, and then just like throw all the ingredients and dip the top half in ranch. Not like the entire top half, but like instead of spreading it, just kind of like place the inside on like the layer. Easy.
Which one sounds more tasty though? BLTR, bacon, lettuce, tomato ranch, or TLBR, tomato, lettuce, bacon, ranch?
Well, they're the same ingredients, so they're both equally.
Yeah, but the order matters, GDO. You put the ranch on last? Well, I guess you put the ranch
Well,
on
if
last.
you're only putting
matter,
it on
hello?
one half. Huh?
The order does matter. Ring Rush agrees. Ring Rush
I
knows.
mean, order does matter. It does. I'll agree with that. It depends what you're putting it on too, but I don't know. Like I guess I wouldn't put the tomato like right next to the ranch row, because it would just make it really slippery. Yeah, no, ranch needs to be on the lettuce side of the tomato. Like, ranch, lettuce to kind of bed everything, you know? What's your input, SHM? How do you eat your sandwiches?
This is a really riveting match of bingo if we're talking about friggin' sandwich fillings.
Well, one, I don't eat BLTs, so. But I would probably have. I don't fucking know. I guess I would have my ranch near the lettuce, probably. Or I'd have bottom bun, ranch, lettuce, and then the rest of my crap.
Yeah, there we go.
Although ranch like right next to the bun sounds like wrong. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have ranch on my. I don't know. I like ranch on a sub. Then it doesn't fucking matter. It's just on the sandwich.
I mean, it's like a substitute for mayonnaise, I guess, but, I mean, who knows? You can put anything on a sandwich.
Yeah, I think
Anyway, back to the bingo.
When the gameplay is so stale, we're talking about fucking sandwiches. Like, heck dub.
Well, it pertains to
I mean,
bingo.
what are you
BLTR
talking
versus
about the beginning
TLDR.
of bingo?
Yeah,
They gotta
know.
set up their stuff.
I know. Well, yeah, I know.
So, anyway, Nade's got his 2 basement jiggies. I don't know what else he's got, to be honest. I don't know if he's been through the flooded caves, but we're about to find out in a sec.
I've been too busy picturing somebody lettuce.
Oh yeah, he's only got these two, so.
Yeah,
Nade's up to 2 Jiggies in GGM. And
he's
out.
just gonna leave.
Yeah, he'll be back for the rest later.
Yeah. Alberta Jiggy on Xbox kind of sucks because there's a lot of text. But I think you still do it with 6 in GGM.
Yeah. You do have to sit through a lot of text, but there's no way that it's slower than Canary Mary, or Ordnance, I mean. Which I guess would be the next fastest for Nade. Just because I think Nade opposes Canary Mary because Canary Mary is the most text.
Man,
On the other hand-
Nade almost doesn't need to go into another level, but he will have to go into another level.
Yeah.
Like, he had the opportunity to do, like all of the early game plus HFP plus Isle of Hags, but he still would have to get 40 notes.
40 notes.
Yeah.
There's a blue ginger on floor 1 of GI, so if he doesn't have to get notes for claws, you wouldn't do
Yeah.
floor 4 early just for globos.
15 Globos will probably skip 2 Globos that are out of the way, but Go-Go's going probably into every level.
I think if I was go-go, I'd skip to 2 in GI.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty fair guess. Because, I mean, all the rest of them are pretty easy. He could skip Icy Side. I mean, he could, but there's no blue gingers on Icy Side, so... Oh, Icy Side Globo, you mean?
Yeah. That's probably one of the good ones to skip.
Yeah.
Although I could see him skipping both in GI as well, since he only has to go to floor 1.
But, like we said, Xernicus, like, the Globos in GI are in floor 2 and floor 3, and floor 2 isn't that bad to get to, but the one on floor 3 is, so, like, unless you have enough notes to get up there, or if you, like, you know, hit the flight pads. I guess he could Breagle Bash the floor 3 elevator door and then drop down to floor 2. Because he will have Breagle Bash.
I don't think it's worth PTSing to floor 3 for a Globo. That's like probably one of the more YOLO tricks.
You don't need to PTS, he has Breagle Bash.
Yeah, well, that's also true.
Oh, Ring Rush mentioned PTS, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I don't think GoGo knows how to PTS to floor 3. It's a very hard clockwork shot. Or I guess it's a very difficult clockwork shot. Who won the second
Oh
race?
yeah, I
Nade
guess
won
I
the
should
second
change
race.
this to a 2, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yep, Nade's up 2-0. And I don't know if necessarily he's won this outright based on road choice, because he is going to spend a lot of time in these early levels.
Yeah, but once he gets out of these early levels, it's just get notes and
Like, what
you're
is
done.
his 6 Jiggy and GGM going to be? He's doing the 5 plus, or he's doing the 4 plus Dilberta. And then what do you do?
And then small
For sure.
waterfall.
And then small
be-
waterfall. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Gen Hut P.
Yep.
Gen. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's right. I was thinking instead of Gilbert.
So he's probably gonna come back with Clockworks for that.
Yeah, so when you see like Go-Go is basically doing the same goal except 7 extra jiggies.
Go-Go also has to backtrack pretty far into
Yeah.
GGM. But I mean, he's going back with Clockworks anyway to GGM, so that'll let him get all of his jiggies faster.
Yeah. 4 extra with 3 jiggies and MT. Yep. Yep. Nice jump.
How many jiggies is Go-Go up to in MT?
I know he got Golden Goliath and Slumber, but I don't know if he got any others besides that. Because he might want to come back with clocks.
Yeah.
I would have come back with clocks. That way I can do top of Temple Bovina, drop straight into Prison Compound. But I also don't know if he grabbed Breagle Blaster. I don't know what he's thinking for his 13th Jiggy. I mean, guys, Nade has turned into the van all 3 games. Thoughts?
Van is a new meta.
Thoughts?
I'm gonna start turning into the van for every single bingo I do.
Okay, according to Claire, he got the top of Temple and the first Target Zan Jiggy.
Oh, I didn't even see him go in there.
Me neither.
I did not see him go in Target Zan.
Good commentary.
Maybe that was when we were talking about sandwiches.
True, Ring Rush. I have already voted. Van can still be good on N64 when Van on N64 doesn't have to go up against Van on Xbox. Yeah, Go-Go's up to 8, so... Yeah, I think he got 4 in MT.
I still haven't voted. I need to go do that after this. Now that my decision has finally been made.
Finally been Nade.
Made.
Did Go-Go forget Bill Drill? He doesn't need it.
Yeah. Go-Go did MT first, so when you do that, you get the Golden Goliath to kick open the boulder. So you don't need to build drill it. Oh yeah, Go-Go needs build drill for Dilberta. Yeah, he's getting it right now.
Makes sense.
Jail cell Jinjo? Oh yeah, you do need build drill to get down there too.
Well, you don't need it, but it is the fastest way to get down there. The intended way is to take the detonator. Detonate the rock, detonate the jail cell. Bada bing, bada boom.
I don't think it's intentional to detonate the boulders, it's just something that you can do.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
blow up the rocks with TNT.
That would have been good synergy though, like going to get the blue jail cell Jinjo and then getting small waterfall.
In fact, I
that
think every boulder in GGM you can blow up with a detonator.
Any boulder that you can build drill, you can also detonate
Yeah.
in GG.
Yep.
Spoilers? This is casual game knowledge.
I know, but he's saying spoilers for the max percent moveless Lotad.
I'm hyped to finally see a 2E task related thing.
Star Spinner has been started.
So does Nate already have 3 Jiggies in MT? Does anybody know?
Yeah, I think he does.
Top of Temple, Bovina, Slumber. He's got to have those, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going back for those.
No, I don't think he does yet because he's going back with to GGM with Clockworks for Small Waterfall, and he's gonna do Delberta then. So he doesn't have 3 in MT yet.
What'd you say?
I said I don't think he has 3 in MT because he's saving the second trip to GGM when he has Clockworks for Small Waterfall, and he's gonna get Delberta then. So he's gonna get Bovina then, so that he can be right at Prison Compound.
Lotad stream not EU friendly. I'm sure it'll be uploaded somewhere. And I can always highlight the VOD so that the stream with commentary will be available. You tolerable.
Yeah, I took off the... When I saw his Jiggy count, I knew he didn't have as much as I thought he did.
Yeah. Oh man, if it was 2 to 3.
It's hard to tell sometimes because we're...
see it because I'm at work.
Hard to tell sometimes. Hey, Bismuth.
All right.
Please don't move the
Hey,
low
learning,
tad
split
ring
up.
rush. Perfect for SHM, and I will be done with our marathon by then.
Bingo, you're banned.
Moveless all Mumbo tokens.
Right. Not seeing Star Spinner as Mumbo from Nade. Gets Jiggy. And he's out of there. Eventually.
Yeah. He wanted to take 5 off the side, but was only able to take 4. Oh well.
He fell a little bit too low.
You have to jump from the top of the planet to get 5.
Yep.
You remember when there was an ABC channel? All bit clips? Alright, it's time for Go-Go to grab his eggs. Probably go visit Heggy.
Dingo, pay close attention. You can just grenade the grate!
Whoa!
And it won't shoot you off. Poggers.
That was something special, Dingo.
He doesn't gonna do patch because patch is a lot of text on Xbox, but I don't know. I think it still would have been better than Star Spinner. But
No, I think Naden's timed it. Because you have to listen to all the conga text
yeah,
and all the patch text as well.
Star Spinner really isn't that much because you're getting Inferno for 6 in Witch World regardless. So
Star Spinner is the next fastest anyway, so
I think with patch you watch or you listen to a lot of text too. That isn't skippable
Yes,
on Xbox.
that's literally what we just
literally
said.
what we just
Yes, yes. Now I'm GDO. Yes,
said.
yes.
Guys, I think Nate is doing Star Spinner because
Come
Patch has a
full
lot of
circle.
text.
It's come full
Everyone's
circle.
GDO today.
I'm GDO, you're GDO.
Imagine if you were in this tournament, still better than Asmi.
And Hag.
And Hag. And Schwangster.
But at least everyone had fun. Except Hag.
And me, because I'm still salty about third place.
That's why the memes were made.
Oh, Nade's
Yep.
stream.
And the
Count
Nate,
pixels.
the Nade Steel Go-Go stream setup.
Oh, by the way, this is the last time you have to fill out your contest card.
Okay,
And
everybody who has a contest card should have had a bingo by now.
As Conditioner would say, this is some GDO 2014 looking stream.
Are we gonna have to ban Nade for splicing? Does Go-Go win by default?
I think GoGo would have been banned in his.
Whoever
last
wins the
match.
money needs to buy a new setup. True. True. $400 should cover it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Honestly, 125 would cover a pretty good capture card.
I don't think capture card's the issue here. They need more hamsters running their powers.
Need more hamsters behind the wheels.
Oh, I thought GoGo was gonna die there. Only one health left. Meanwhile, Nade finishes up his balloon burst. One of my favorite mini games. No kappa.
Don't miss the big bomb. Oh, he was afraid to even big bomb. Didn't even go for it.
Making really sure not to die.
Okay, let me count here. Dive, Cactus, Inferno, Castle, Castle, Star. Yeah, that'll be 6, right?
Yep.
Yep.
These are the last two. And then after that, it's off to JRL. Where it's just a bunch of notes.
I'll notes and JRLs really quick.
It sounded like a prison compound.
I also didn't know you could double backflip there as an Ernicus. That was really interesting.
Yeah, I've fallen there
What
a
do you
couple
mean you didn't
times in
know you could double
100%.
backflip?
Go-Go jumped. You know how there's like a gap between where the warp pad is and where you would jump over to grab the icy side Globo?
Oh yeah.
So Go-Go backflipped onto like the middle part of that like edge and then backflipped to get on top of that broken platform.
I thought you were talking about Nade for a sec because you just finished backflipping to the castle.
No,
so
I mean
totally
I
missed
double
what Go-Go
backflipped
was
to the
doing.
yeah. He did it on icy
That's why I
side
was
to
so
get to the Globo
confused.
faster.
Okay.
Or get to the Globo without taking damage, I guess.
Yeah.
Either one. Yeah, so Go-Go's looking to just skip GI completely.
Yeah.
Well, I say completely. He still is going to have to get all blue Jinjos, but I think that's why he learned Ice Eggs. He's just going to swim.
Yeah. I don't blame him at all. It sucks having to swim all the way in there for just one Globo, or one Jinjo, but, I mean, there isn't really any alternative. It's not so bad considering all notes in JRL. Well, I mean, sort of. But the thing is that there's not really any notes around where he needs to swim through to get to the Jinjo.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah, like both.
All notes
both
is like another woohoo synergy. He's coming back to town center to do more stuff, but that's it. Like
both of the places where you can swim to GGM and JRL don't have like any notes near them. So it's kind of like an anti-synergy, but not really.
Go-Go got the egg, but he didn't go talk to Heggy yet, right?
No.
But he did get the pink egg. I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
'Cause we
wrote
were-
that down for Dingo.
He won't end on Heggy. Well, he might. Yeah, he might. Because if he's not going to GI anymore, then there's no reason to go there anytime before. Nade almost done with his notes.
Well, he could end on Heggy. Because what is he gonna use Breagle Bash for?
I said,
oh, no.
Oh,
if
no,
you were
go,
listening to
go.
what I just said, Go-Go has enough air to make it to.
Does he?
This is gonna be close.
He will here. You
I've
see
been
it,
here
like,
before with
4
Asmians and Ernicus. One of them lived, one of them didn't.
Yeah, this is. More
Yeah,
than
this is
for
enough.
me.
You're right, you're right, you're right.
As long as you make it, I think 4 pumps, you make it.
Zombie Banjo.
Go. You wouldn't get zombie banjo from surfacing. You need to take damage.
I know. I was joking.
Shoutouts to the one memer board route that used zombie banjo.
I got Zombie Kazooie for the first time ever yesterday.
You get zombie kazooie.
You know, I really don't know how you do it, but I did get Zombie Kazooie because the first Cheeto page I grabbed was shooting a clockwork to Dippy Cheeto page.
Oh, no, it's not.
And then when I blew up the clockwork, I was Zombie K. But then I hit the train station switch in TDL, and then I was not Zombie K anymore. This is game 3, Mitch.
Yep. Nade's
Last
got
game.
2 wins.
Yeah, this is the last game, Mitch.
Alright, Nade finishes all notes in JRL.
I think Go-Go's close, too. He's just got to go get his other 10.
Pick up another Globo. He's about halfway done with his Globos. But, I mean, all Nade really has to do is, like, you know, get Clockworks, grab a few notes in TDL, then go back, finish MT, GGM, and then just run to Shack Pack. I think a quick trip around TDL would be pretty good.
I think
Like, get
TDL is
maybe-
the best for sure.
Yeah, 60 to 70 notes kind of thing. Like, you wouldn't... I don't even think you'd get the treble clef. Skip the treble, skip...
I think you get 60.
Yeah. Skip the treble and skip river passage, and then just get the rest.
God, this is going to be so fast from Nade. Yeah, 60 notes in TDL. You get the other 20 in Isle of Hags, and then you just book it back to your Book it back to MT, GGM, and then hoof it to HFP. Yes, that was all notes. Thank you.
For Go-Go. And then Nade just has to go grab 4 more Jiggies in GGM and 2 more in MT, I think. Oh, Go-Go. Oh, I thought Go-Go was way too close.
Go-Go
But
doing
it
the
worked.
long swim. For one blue Jinjo.
Accidentally mashing the Z button a little too hard. Oh! I didn't even know those things could unfreeze. not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
lie.
Yeah. They unfreeze after a little bit.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone wait that long for them to unfreeze.
Only there's a way that Gogo could swim faster here.
I imagine Gogo's gonna save and quit out of here.
He will.
There's no way you don't.
Actually, I think Nade might actually get more of the notes in TDL. I didn't realize he had so few.
I think he could get all 100. Now that I
Yeah,
saw
mean,
his note count, I think he will.
Yeah, because he still needs like 180 notes. So, yeah, 185. But I mean, he's got a pretty good route for it.
Double
just
air is only worth it if you're doing 2+ minutes of swimming, which, you know, Go-Go might have done right there. I don't know, for sure.
Yeah, you should clockwork. So you don't need to. I don't know if that was 2 minutes, but it seemed like it. Even if you're going to spiral for the egg. I mean, that's true. Because you could just take off from the fight pad or like just grab the shoes and then run over, as long as you don't accidentally run into the cutscene with the shoes.
There's some hidden synergy there.
Well, going to spiral for the egg doesn't necessarily take away from having to put Royston in the water and all that. I don't know what the exact timing is, but I imagine you're still...
Yeah. It does save from having to go all the way over there and the loading zone.
Yeah.
Or 2 loading zones.
Okay, he's out of TDL. It's time to do some level revisits.
Yep. Back to MT we go. Are there any notes he left in either of the stages?
He did not grab the treble clef, I don't think, in TDL. But you're talking about the revisits?
Yeah.
I imagine he got all of them. Yeah, but even if you skip Ice Eggs and Sub Aqua, you're still doing the risk. Double air is still not a given strat. That's still a very risky strat. It's just not the riskiest. It's still scary.
Ooh! Zonks out a bee for a fly. And then misses. all
If
the
you're
rest.
playing against Nade, you should be playing on Xbox.
Exactly.
Is what you meant to say, Ring Rush.
That's okay. After this match, we won't have to worry about that.
Ooh. I thought Ring Rush was gonna pick up that skill stop honeycomb.
You mean Nade?
Nade, sorry. What did I say?
Ring Rush.
I said Ring Rush. It's because I was reading Ring Rush's message in chat.
What's the strat behind the non-English version? Japan text is faster than English text. And you can't skip most of the text in Xbox.
Nice second try code Ring Rush. I'm proud of you. Hopefully you get first try in your low TED.
I think it's faster on... I think it's... Well, I mean, on N64 it doesn't matter because you can skip text, but... In J, it's faster because there's extra jiggy-wiggy text that you can skip. But in J, you can't do several tricks. So, yes, it's always the fastest text, if you will. But text literally doesn't matter on N64. Because you skip it all anyways.
Oh, go! You can't be doing that. Oh god. Go accidentally cutting across the swamp in Talon Trot. Slows you down.
So 12, 15, 16 gigas. I was disappointed a long time ago, Ring Rush.
SHM.
Nade
Got
only
time to-
needs two more jiggies in Shack Pack.
SHM had plenty of time to build up his disappointment from GoldenEye earlier.
I think Nade needs almost like all the notes in HFP.
Yeah, he will. He will, but that's what we said, right? We said he was going to pick up everything plus some extra notes in one other level.
Well, I guess did he get all the notes in TDL? I don't
He
know.
got all of
80.
them but the treble clef.
Oh, okay, so the 20 that he didn't get there, because like I said, he needed 185 notes, so he grabbed 80 there, and then he'll grab the 20 outside of
HFP.
HFP,
Yeah.
and then the rest just inside HFP.
Yes. Correct.
Go made it to CCL.
Ooh. Didn't have enough health to survive there.
I made that mistake yesterday.
Now we're going to have to go back.
I already opened
At
the
least
gates,
the door
though.
is open.
Literally doesn't matter.
I don't even remember what I took damage from.
That was really funny seeing you fucking smack down and die instantly.
When it happened, I was sitting there being like, what?
Yeah, the gate, if you hear the triumphant sound, Sonernicus, that means the gate will stay open. When it's ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Banjo chime.
In some memer board runs, we open the gate and then go backwards with the running shoes to grab the Jinjo. And then we go through.
That was in an any percent route for a little while.
Yeah. If you're a real pro, you do the underwater out of bounds swim into the waterfall cavern. But we haven't seen anybody do that this bingo tournament either.
I think that's 6 in GGM for Nade.
Yes, sir.
And he's off to his last level. Meanwhile, Go-Go still needs 3 more Globos. But did he grab the underwater one here? I think he did.
Yeah, he did. He did in Central
Yeah.
Cavern. Oh, you mean the one by George? I think he also
Yeah.
grabbed that one too.
Yeah, I think he would because he would have an odd he'd have an odd number of Globos here when he finished. Because I think he's gotten 2 in every level. Go doing the nice safety strat, grabbing the blue Jinjo inside trash can. Now he's out of there, and where's he going next? Maybe back to MTGGM. Now that he's got.
Oh! Nate gets hit by the hothead as soon as he gets up.
Those hotheads
destroyed.
really like to snipe ya. All Go-Go needs is.
Wait, does Go-Go have all the blue Jinjos?
Except for the ones in GGM.
And what
He
about
has all the rest of
Globos?
them.
How many Globos does he have?
He has 12, I think. He either has 12 or 13. Oh, he's doing.
No, Nade.
Oh
Nade
my
gets
god,
sniped by the fireball.
Nade tried so hard to survive for so long and he still got fucking wrecked. Nade better hurry up or Go-Go can actually win.
Yeah, this is actually kind of close.
How many more jiggies does Go-Go need in each of his levels?
That's
though?
actually a good question. I don't know. I think
I
he
think
has to
the
do
answer is
ordnance.
Too many.
Yeah. There's
Because
Beagle
I mean, Nade still needs 65 more notes, and he hasn't been to Icy Side yet. So
I still think Nade has this.
I mean, Go-Go did have a lot of jiggies, I think.
He probably doesn't have the one in the rock by jail cells, Zanern. Yeah, that would be my guess.
You know, there's no reason to go over there without clockworks.
Yeah, so Nade needs 60 more notes. He needs 50 more before going to solo B. We'll see how many jiggies. He's at 9. So yeah, he probably still needs so many more.
8, so he needs another 5, right?
Yeah.
So
He's gonna get
Pillars,
3 here.
Swamp, Alberta, and then Power Hut Basement and Generator Cavern. And when he goes to do Power Hut Basement Generator Cavern, he'll get his other blue Jinjo, and then there's one more blue Jinjo in the water shed.
Yeah.
But Nade only needs another 25 more notes, so.
Did Go-Go get the white Jinjo?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright,
Nah,
so Nade's
Nade-
off to go grab his shack pack now.
Go-Go still
Five
needs
Nade
5.
hands.
Nade still needs 5 other notes though.
Oh, he needs the treble clef, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he needs that
He's
treble
gotta
clef.
get glide jump.
So yeah, Go-Go still has way too much stuff to do. Ooh, that looks... Nope, he made it. I thought he jumped a little too far up the hill.
Yeah, that looks sketchy as hell.
Ikam bokum meep yo ha. There's 645.
Can just jump over all the hot hands.
Dang, no moon. Yeah. He better jump over all the hot hands, he only has 1 health. Oh, it doesn't do the
Waits
last
for the
one,
last
does the
one.
Camera.
And
GG!
time.
Time.
GG's. And just like that, it's a 3-0 sweeperino.
Yep. I think
Alright, let's bring
Nade
him in.
only dropped 1 game in the whole tournament.
All right, GG's.
Gee,
GG's.
was there actually a sub 50 row on this card?
I did Bro 2.
I did BLTR.
I noticed after for row 2, after Butcher World, it was just notes. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was debating between row 2 and BLTR to be fair because it's basically the same thing. It's really the the rows are the goals in these 2 rows are very comparable.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Nade's row was a little bit better because it looked like he didn't really have anything to do. It was just sit in levels getting jiggies for a while. And then meanwhile you had to go to almost every level. But then it was pretty close in the end because we didn't. I mean, the 15 Globos really sucked for your row, but I mean, and the blue Jinjos were kind of spread everywhere.
Yeah.
But
I just
it looked
like
like
that.
it was going to be pretty close by the end, but you just still had so much to do in GGM. So
Yeah. The only, let's say that the only thing that I really like BLTR because the 13 Jiggy is synergized with 2 goals, and then the other 2 synergized together.
yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the end. GG's. Congrats,
Third Jingo
Nade.
tournament.
We bring an end to another tournament. It's always sad to see them go.
Yeah,
Yep.
but this tournament has lasted forever, partly because we had a lot of people, partly because I was super busy, but it is now brought to an end, and Nade come out as our champion, Go-Go runner-up once again, but taking home a little bit more money this time. That's got to feel good. And, yeah, send me your PayPals, and I'll pay you guys out tonight. And that's it. It's over. The
Tune in again
age
next
of
year.
the age of shot bingos is behind us. Hopefully the gimmick was liked by all. Maybe next year we'll come up with something else.
Yep.
And next year there'll probably be a new meta for bingo too. So
And maybe even a bigger prize pool.
Yeah. Like, I think in the wish changes, there's about 15 new goals that could have the potential of being added. So it could always get even more exciting because of that.
All right,
Cole
well,
picked the
that's
bingo 5 minutes ago.
That's it for us tonight. Make sure you tune in this weekend. On Saturday, we've got another Diddy Kong Racing Banjo Tip Top all trophy races between Lord Fluffy and Seven Hornet. That's tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then on Sunday, we've got the second entry into Mumbo's challenge series. That'll be at noon Eastern on Sunday. And then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, we've got Ring Rushes, max percent moveless low tad for Tui. So that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be interesting. And yeah, other than that, we're done here. So thanks again, everybody. And yeah, hopefully next time it'll be good.
Yep.
Any last words from you guys about the tournament?
Had a lot of fun. There's something about the format that was that I know it's been discussed a lot. Is that maybe in the future maybe do a double elimination so that way everybody gets to have probably more of a chance to play.
Wait, say again?
At least
with pools it gives a lot of people a chance because if you're playing double.
Oh
without
yeah.
pools,
I already said long time ago that next year we'll go back to double Ewan.
All right, nuts.
Yeah.
We're always
that
we're always
was discussed.
Playing out different formats.
Yeah, that was discussed for a while, but pools gave a lot of games. That was the thing, is pools gave more games, but yeah, the games were a lot less balanced, and some people didn't get to feel the taste of victory. So yeah, and a lot of more people in double Elam usually get to have that feel. So yeah, we'll go back to double Elam, and it'll be a little more fun for everybody involved versus just the higher level people.
So everyone practice up hard for next year.
Yep.
Join the bingo scene. Maybe I'll get to join next year.
All right, we out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.